Welcome to the Business Results Program. This is how you can transform yourself, your team, and your whole company. My name is Pete Winiarski. I'm the CEO of Win Enterprises, LLC, and this video is us recording a podcast episode. Podcast Business Results Radio. Look up businessresultsradio.com or go check it out on iTunes or one of the other podcast platforms. And do subscribe and do give a 5-star review. Now, you as a business leader, we get what you're going through. You've got overwhelm and stress and frustration. You have high expectations on your shoulders, some of which you put there yourselves. Why can I say this? Because we, our team, we've experienced this ourselves. We have been business leaders. We know what it's like. And boy, how cool is it that you have this resource? You can listen to this podcast, gain some insights about what you can do differently, gain some ideas, some strategies that you can put in place right away to make your life easier. That's what we're after here. We want your life to be easier because being a business leader does not have to be this challenging, doesn't have to be this hard. And we want you to exceed your expectations, excel, and achieve the results you want, get your team to thrive, and your company to just absolutely go right through the roof. And you can do that here. Enjoy this episode. Hey, Pete again, real quick. This is a special part of our Business Results Radio podcast. I'm part of a panel for leadership skills and development at this workshop as part of the Fabtech Expo. And I want to introduce you to each of the other speakers and do some teaser content for you. So whether you can make the Fabtech Expo in person or not, you'll get an opportunity here to get to know some of these people and their content. High power, get to know you in terms of leadership skills and development. Fabtechexpo.com if you're interested in learning more. It's the education program on that site. And listen away here at Business Results Radio and Business Results TV. Hi, Pete Winiarski here, and welcome again to Business Results Radio. And this is another episode of a special conversation related to the Fabtech Expo, fabtechexpo.com, and the Leadership Development Workshop, which is the afternoon of that Tuesday within Fabtech. And I've been interviewing panel members. So there are a number of us who are part of the panel that are making presentations on that afternoon. I'm one of them, and then there are 4 others. And I've been interviewing each of them to give you a sense of who they are and what their topic is all about. This time, because it's me and I'm not interviewing myself sitting next to myself, I'll just tell you a little bit about what's going on with me. And obviously you already know me through this program, but Pete Winiarski, and as the CEO of Win Enterprises, and of course we do a lot of business transformation work, we're in this leadership development world quite a bit. That concept of taking on doing strategy work and helping companies execute their strategy, and then helping with operational improvement and the ability to deliver the services or the products in a super cost-effective way, obviously driving profit up. In fact, we had a program called Double Your Profits that we launched a few years ago. Why? Because that's what company leaders, business leaders are asking about. That was the #1 thing in a survey we did that they were asking for. Help me double my profits. Help me raise my profits up. So this is about operational improvement across all the areas of your business. So that's the second area. The third area is leadership, and the fourth area is culture. So what's interesting is if you listen to these podcast episodes, or if you're watching the video portion of the same podcast, you'll notice we're talking about a lot of the same topics. Essentially the overlap of culture and accountability and how to be a better leader. What kind of conversations should you be having? How do you become the memorable leader that someone actually has? You're the one that they remember over the course of their career. So how do you make that happen? How do you behave? What's the thanks, which back to Lisa Ryan and her acronym that she'll be talking about. So all of these things really do fit together. The topic I'm talking about is about accountability, and accountability through engagement. A lot of people have the negative connotation that accountability is bad. In fact, I was just in a meeting this afternoon with a client. He's a friend of mine, of course, as well, because most of our clients, we become friends. Sometimes a friend becomes a client, and that's what happened in this case. And we were talking about within his business, the guy at the top has this perspective about accountability that it's all about this, and it's not about the elements of treating people with respect and getting them to behave accountably, if that makes sense to you. So the idea of accountable or accountability through engagement, well, isn't that interesting? Because now it's this perspective of how can I get people involved in what it is what we need to achieve for results. And by doing that, the buy-in goes up, and there's this behavior that is, I'm responsible and accountable for the results that I'm achieving, and I'm responsible and accountable for my contribution towards that. So that's really the whole mix here. There's a whole framework that is our accountability through engagement framework, and I'll be sharing that, at this Fabtech event. There's also another podcast episode if you want to dive in and listen to the full episode. I think it's about 34 minutes long, perhaps. That's called Accountability Through Engagement. And so that was just a few weeks ago, and you can catch that longer and really dive into the depth and get a sense of what it is that I'll be talking about on that afternoon. But what I really want to leave you with before I jump off here is this is an exciting opportunity, especially if you're in Chicago, because the expo is amazing. You don't have to be a manufacturing company to go to the expo and find it cool, right? So even though I've got a manufacturing background, I'm now a consulting company. And of course, lots of our clients are manufacturing people. David Tweed, one of the partners here at Win Enterprises, boy, does he geek out looking at this stuff. He actually used to run a plant that was making and cutting, making tools, and actually I think it was cutting tools as well, and the type of equipment that he's used to seeing in terms of multi-axis robots and cutting machines and lasers and welders and measuring devices and all sorts of things that are really high ticket capital expenditure type items. That's why this expo exists, because people from various industries, they need to go check out the equipment. Like, whoa, what's the latest in 3D printing? I saw my first 3D printer here at Fabtech a few years back. I'm like, let's go find us some 3D printing, because we know that's a big deal. Let's get out there and see what it's like. And wow, this stuff is really, really cool. What it's developing, what it can create. And obviously the modeling that you can do with a 3D printer is way less expensive than having to model that using actual tooling. And there's all kinds of really cool ideas here. So anyway, that's what's happening on the expo floor, and the knowledge programs that are set up that Isla, who's the person as part of the Fabtech organization group to set up the learning agenda. What she did this year was she set up this leadership development agenda. So that's really fascinating, and I hope you get a chance to get into the learning agenda items as well. I'm actually speaking on a couple different topics. There's this one, accountability through engagement, and then the next day, Wednesday, there's some other things that we're doing that I want to keep up my sleeve here for you. So hope you get a chance to come. And if not, I hope you learn enough from these podcasts that it's pretty exciting for you. So we'll see you there, or we'll see you here, Business Results Radio. Check out businessresultsradio.com, and we'll see you again soon. Hey, Pete here again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I invite you to come back to this video channel or go to the podcast channel for Business Results Radio. Check it out, subscribe, give a 5-star review, and go ahead and share it with your friends. Until then, we'll see you again.